What is up, Urban Nation? As you can tell, I kind of lost my voice because I was at a SmackDown event yesterday. Today we'll be talking about, like I said, we're doing predictions and stuff. Well, this is what I think WWE 2K19 should do. It's kind of like SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, but not really. Like, it would make things more interesting. Like, instead of outside WWE, bring back, like, where you could explore, like, house, WWE headquarters, then gym. So, this is how I would think it would start out. Okay, so your character is at WrestleMania 34, front row, and it's watching Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. It sees everything, and it says, "Man, I know these are amazing people. I don't know how I'm gonna become them." But then you realize that if you continue down this path, you won't achieve your dream. So, in order to achieve your dream, you start working out, going to the gym. 1 month later, WWE sees you wrestle a local show. They call you. Vince McMahon calls you, and he's like, "Come to my office." And then you go to his office, and this time actually put in voices, so make things more interesting. Instead of you reading it. So then he'll be like, "All right, so I like the way how you did that last match. I would like to give you a contract." And then he gives you a contract, and then you go to the training center like 2K18, except everyone talks, and you actually see, like, you're walking in, and you see John Cena and wrestle The Rock. It's like a training match. They're wrestling 2-on-2. They're wrestling two wrestlers, whichever names they are. They're no names. And then you see them, and then John Cena walks up to you and says, "Hey kid, you want to fight me 1-on-1?" And you're like, "Sure." Or you have the choice to say yes or no. But if you say no, then he'll be like, "That's not how you're gonna make it into the business, kid. Man, I really thought I had respect for you." But if you say yes, he'll be like, "That's what I'm talking about." And then you'll go to the ring and y'all start fighting. And then whenever you fight, if you win, The Rock will walk up to you and say, "Hey kid, not even I was able to do that. You are one of a kind." And then he'll like shake your hand, and he'll say, "You got a bright future." And same thing with John Cena. He'll show you respect. But if you lose, John Cena will still show you respect, but The Rock will be like, "That's not acceptable." And then after a couple of matches, after a couple of matches against no names, then you go up against The Rock, and The Rock, you say you beat The Rock, and the the performance center leader says, "All right, I think this is enough for you to go to NXT." And then you go to NXT. But like they should add like where you're able to go from your house to NXT. Like it'll show like kind of like 2011 SmackDown versus Raw Road to WrestleMania. Like kind of like that'll show where you're going. It'll say like, "Oh, um, Winnipeg," and then it'll say what show you're going to, and it'll show you traveling, and like you could look around in the car, kind of. And then after that, you go to your first show. You talk to William Regal, and he says, "I'm glad to have you here." And then you're like, "Thank you." And he said, "So what would you like for your first match?" And you get to choose between two characters. Either, let me see, it's either, forgot, it's either Roderick Strong or Velveteen Dream, because they're both good. So then if you choose one or the other, other one, you will run into that specific person while you're in the going trying to go to the arena. You'll run into him, and he'll be like, "So you're the person I'm facing tonight." It depends on like Roderick Strong. He's a heel, and he'll be like, "So you're the person I'm facing tonight." Well, I'll make sure to be watching because hey, there's always one more spot for someone in the whatever group they are. New Order? No, it's like whatever. There's still, and he'll be like, there's still one spot in our group. If we win, hey, you could join. But if you lose, we ain't coming back to you ever again. And if you choose Velveteen Dream, he'll be like, so you're the person I'm facing? Not really a guy of my caliber, but this will be a fun training match. And then, say you beat Roderick Strong. Then after you beat him, he'll be like, hey, you would really do good on our team. So what would you say? Would you like to shock the system? And then if you say yes, Adam Cole and O'Reilly and Fish, whatever that other guy's name is, they'll come out and they'll give you your own shock the system band, and then you'll join them. But if you say no, Roderick Strong will start attacking you, but you end up beating him up. But then the other three come from behind and beat you up. And if you're against Velvet Dream and you beat him, he'll say congratulations, and he'll say the better man won. But if you lose to him, he'll be like, I knew this was going to happen. I'm so much better than you. Well, no. Actually, since he's not, I don't know if he's a face or not, but that's what I would expect him to say. And then after that, you would run into William Regal again, and he would be like, I knew you were a great superstar. You got the most revenue out of all. You were the opening act, and you did better than the main event. And you would be like, thanks. You could either say thanks, or like that multiple choice you had in 2K18, thanks, or like, I knew it was coming. Like cocky answer, good guy answer, and bad guy answer. And neutral. So then it depends on what you say. And then William Regal would be like, good job. You might as well, you almost number one contender. 2 more weeks. You face Adam Cole, baby. 1-on-1 for his title. And if you win, number one contender for the NXT Championship. And then you get to choose what you want. And for once, come on, 2K, for once, add a guy's voice in there. Like, make him have a voice. Like 2K, NBA 2K, they have a voice in the mic, in the character. Like Madden NFL, they have a voice in my character. Just please, instead of being like, oh, that's what he said. Okay, it should be like he actually talks for himself. And then, if you win the championship, you'll go on to the number one contendership. But if you don't, it'll end up being a triple threat between you, Adam Cole, and the champion, whoever that is. It could be Aleister Black. Right now, I think he is. But that's what you do. And then after that, if you win the NXT Championship, William Regal will come out to congratulate you. But he'll be like, because of your great performances, you've been transferred up to the upper brand. And he said you won't be needing the title anymore. So you relinquish the title. And you get to choose which brand you get to go to. Like Raw, SmackDown really wants you, actually. Raw, they kind of want you, but they know they just want you to hold, like, Intercontinental. They don't want you going after their main title. But SmackDown, they know you're capable of going after both titles, so that's what they want. So if you choose SmackDown, you're able to go after both titles. First, you'll go after the United States, of course, then WWE. And if you win both, be a legend. And then Raw, you have the chance to win the Intercontinental Championship, and if you do, you have the choice of doing open challenges every week, or just doing one-on-ones every week, or doing the normal every week. And then after, say you do the open challenge every week, eventually, after, at a pay-per-view, actually, if the champion doesn't have anyone to fight, he'll come out and challenge you, since it's an open challenge, and it's winner take all. And then, finally, This is for then. Of course, there should be injuries, like actual injuries. Like say you keep on defending both titles after you won, then you get injured, then you relinquish them. It'll show you like it'll be more realistic. Like you'll be able to have a journey on getting back to health. You would be going to the gym every day, rehab at WWE, at the WWE headquarters, and then after that you'll come back, but you'll notice you're a little bit rusty. But you still think you have the chance to win. So, but you since you were on Raw or SmackDown, the other brand you'll go to the other brand. So if you're on Raw, they wouldn't want you anymore, so you would go to SmackDown. If you're on SmackDown, they would say, "I'm sorry, your roster's full. We can't have you anymore." You would go to Raw. So really, it's a win-win. And then, but just because you get injured doesn't mean it'll take like 5 months, 10 months. It depends on how hard your character works. Like points, like you have points, like a certain point, like you have to reach certain points. Like say it's like 0 out of 10,000 points to get you back on track and to get back to WWE. They'll be training each different rehab test, and each will have different points. Like say, one rehab test has 5,000 points, but then the other one has only 100. One has 2,000, but the other one has 200. You would not. I would say like start from the bottom and then go to the top, because if you go to the top immediately, you could overexert your character. Like then you'll get more injured. But then this will be perfect because say you 5 months later and it's already your dream, WrestleMania 35. And you know what happens? You come back 2 weeks before and you're just telling the SmackDown or Raw crowd how happy you are. And but one of them um you know how you were watching AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura? Well, so you come back, they both interrupt you and they say, huh, this dude thinks he's a good fighter, and then you'll just be like, yeah, I'll take on both of you. And then Shinsuke Nakamura, he's still a heel, and he's like, I know speak English. So then after that, you fight both of them, and then they're like, oh wait, there's one more person that's gonna be in the match, and then they're both like, huh? And then so everyone's surprised about this, and Shane McMahon and Dan O'Brien, even though you're supposed to be on Raw, they'll be like, okay, for this, since you have no fights for WrestleMania, we're giving you one, and it's gonna be a triple threat match between AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and whatever your character's name is, and they'll be able to say, like, let's say like 2K, they have a full, medium, and none scale. So like say your name's Nicholas, like my name, it'll be like a medium scale. So like sometimes they'll say it, other times they won't. And if it's none, you can come up with a nickname or you choose a nickname from the game, and then they'll say it'll be AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Nicholas the Crusher, and then they say, but wait, it's not just triple threat match. One more person's gonna be added into it. And Nicholas, I think you're gonna be scared. And your character's just like, what, me scared? Since when? And then all of a sudden you just see the lights turn dark, and then from behind you, you just hear a gong, and then it's the Undertaker. The fourth member of this match, Undertaker. And then it's a dream match come true. You knew that you wanted to amount to AJ Styles, Nakamura, and Undertaker's levels. So now you finally get to prove that you're able to go to their levels. So it depends on how your character does. If you win, then you win the WWE Championship and you go to SmackDown again if you were on SmackDown before. And since you win the WWE Championship, Shane McMahon and everyone has so much respect for you because you beat the likes of AJ Styles, Nakamura, and Undertaker. But say you get beaten, not everyone will have respect for you. But Undertaker Undertaker and AJ Styles will still have respect for you. They'll be like, man, you push us to the limit, and the Undertaker will just be like, well done. And then Shinsuke Nakamura will just be like, haha, I knew you couldn't beat us. Because he's a heel. It's not like he's going to be like, good job. So then, like, now your character's, like, wondering about his future. Like, he's already competed with the likes of Undertaker, AJ Styles, and Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena and The Rock. Although John Cena and The Rock was a training match. And your character, he doesn't know what to do now because he knows he's a top tier wrestler. And now, this is sort of what I think they should add, and what everyone's thinking they should add for the past, like, I don't know how many years. Like, you're a wrestler, say you're wrestling, and you finally won, like, so many championships, and you have your final match. Your final match is against John Cena and The Rock, and you end up beating him. Then you retire as champion, and you get a chance to become. This is where GM mode comes in, and you end up becoming the GM since you retired, as you see, like it happened in real life with Daniel Bryan, SmackDown Live, which he used to be. Now he's back, and it happened with Paige, who retired just a couple of weeks ago. So you retire, and both commissioners are interested in you, and you join them, and then this is where the Superstar Shakeup and the draft come in. First it's the draft, then Superstar Shakeup. So really, this is how I think the story should go. I'm pretty sure everyone will agree. Like, it's more interactive. People get to talk on there. Like, you can actually hear the characters. And, like, say, like, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 Road to WrestleMania, you'll be in a limousine, and it'll say, going to Raw in Winnipeg. You'll be able to move around. Like, you won't be able to see your character, but you'll be able to move around and look at the surroundings. And, like, say you just finished a match. It doesn't simulate till the next week. You go to your house, like, and you wake up, and then you have a choice to go to the gym, or just have a rest day. Rest days until your thing. And this is actually cool because at the gym you can encounter so many legends, like like Jake the Snake Roberts, Kane, Undertaker, The Rock. You encounter all of them, Triple H. That's why going to the gym will be beneficial. But also, if you stay at your house, you have another choice to go to the headquarters. And by the way, this is also coming from the DSi. I think it was a game on the DSi, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. But they should really add it onto the new next gen. So then, after you go to the WWE headquarters and say you're on SmackDown, or say, like, while you're still wrestling, you're on SmackDown, and you want to wrestle, but you have a rest day. Well, you could go to another commissioner. I mean, you could go to the Ross commissioner and say, hey, is there an opening spot? And then if you're really good and if you have a lot of respect, and they'll say, yeah, who do you want to face? And then you get to choose. But if you don't have respect, and they'll be like, do I know you? Get out. Security, I don't know this person. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. That sums up what I think they should happen. Anyways, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. See you.